and welcome to the Kenny Wallace Show. We are so excited to have the NASCAR Cup Series right here in St. Louis at the Worldwide Technology Raceway. Our dear friend Frank Cusumano sat down and talked to Chris Blair, who is the promoter at the NASCAR racetrack right here in St. Louis. So slide up with a chair and take a listen.
It's the biggest racing week in St. Louis history. That's quite a statement, but it's absolutely true. The Enjoy Illinois 300 coming Sunday to Worldwide Technology Raceway. Joining us is the general manager, Chris Blair. Chris, great to be with you. How are you, sir?
Oh, Frank, it's great. It's hard to believe that it's finally here. I woke up this morning and the countdown clock's getting closer, so we're really excited.
So where are you in terms of ticket sales? How many will be there?
It's going to be huge. It's going to be well over 50,000. And right now, the only tickets we have left are for Sunday's race are just some special ticket package offerings that we have in the Wallace grandstand, which is part of our concert package. And then we also have a few package tickets left in our Turn 4 hospitality area. Then other than that, we're sold out.
You had kind of a cute goal about trying to sell a ticket to a person in all 50 states. Has that been achieved yet? Do we know this?
I'm still working on Rhode Island, and I have a friend who lives in Rhode Island. I'm trying to get them to buy the ticket, just to make it happen. So, no, but, that's still, I got to be really happy with that. There's a couple of states that it surprised me that we actually have folks coming from there, but yeah, to have that many, and that plus, 5 Canadian provinces and, 5 countries outside of North America. I'm thrilled with what we've been able to pull off.
Chris Blair with us, Hollywood Casino Press Box, all new 590 The Fan. So we're also coming into this race with a great deal of momentum for NASCAR. The longest race in NASCAR history, the Coca-Cola 600, 619 miles. And what a finish between the two Joe Gibbs teammates, Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch. I know you're watching closely.
Yeah, and it's something those two, I don't think they even realize they're teammates when they're on the racetrack. Those two are going to go at it tooth and nail, and it was a good race. And it really says a lot about this new race car. NASCAR this year introduced a new car that's completely different from what they've had before, different suspension, different tires, different wheels. Everything about this car is different than the past Cup cars. And the racing has been just really, really good with these things. And based on the feedback we had from the tire test here a few weeks ago, I think it's going to be an amazing race weekend here. Once the track takes a little bit more rubber and we get the grooves going, I think it's going to be just an incredible race on our track.
Well, explain this in as layman of terms as possible. What is this next-gen car?
So the next-gen car, they basically, before this season, NASCAR, the race car itself was kind of based on a design from the 1970s. So some of the fundamental undercomponents, where the cages were built and some of the suspension packages, the way it was laid out. And NASCAR basically just tore the sheet up and said, let's start from scratch and let's build a car of the future that it really takes in a lot of cost controls, number one. So there's a lot of spec parts so that all the teams can be more competitive. But there's a lot of parts of it that's just, it makes it a better real race car. It's less of being a stock car than it is just being a pure-blooded race car. So you get the lots of carbon fiber components to it. The suspension is now independent suspension instead of the way it had been in the past with the 4 links. And there's just so many other pieces of this car. The body, the new wheel, they went to a center lug on the wheel instead of the lug nuts. And and when you look at it, it's just a good-looking car. That's the great thing about this. It's really sharp, and the way they're designed too, they're a lot more durable. So you can beat and bang more. Racers are brushing the wall at places and not having mechanical issues like they've had in the past when they would have a little bit of a crash. And all in all, it's just made the racing so much better.
All right, I'm so old that I remember Joe Gibbs when he was an assistant on Don Coryell's staff here in St. Louis during the Cardiac Cardinal era, before he became a great head coach and won 3 Super Bowls with the Redskins. Give us a little perspective where this guy ranks in terms of being a NASCAR owner.
Joe isn't right now. He's probably one of the top 3 owners. When you really take a look at, the dynamic of who controls NASCAR, you've got Rick Hendrick on the Chevrolet side, Roger Penske over on the Ford side, and then Joe Gibbs, he's the leader of the Toyota brigade. and with some very talented drivers, with veterans such as Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex. Martin Truex is a former champion. Kyle Busch, he's a NASCAR Cup champion. And then you got the rising star, Christopher Bell, that's operating out of their stable. And Christopher's going to be a champion pretty soon the way he's going. So, I mean, Joe's got a really powerhouse operation over there, and it's good fundamental. He's got a lot of youth in the pipeline so that when the old guys age out, he can bring in new drivers. And so he's built quite an operation, and he's truly one of the leaders of the industry.
All right. Give us an idea about the preparation and how long you guys have been, working for this special moment. And like when Curtis finally got the news, it was coming, and the money you've sunk into making this track even better looking than it was, say, a year ago.
Yeah, that was one of the things. We've been working on this thing for well over 10 years. Curtis and I had our first meeting with NASCAR in the spring of 2013, and that was just about bringing the NASCAR Truck Series here, and we did a good job with that, and it's just been a slow process to get to this point. And, it really took a community effort to really get the attention of NASCAR, to prove that we were capable of hosting the race. We knew the venue could host it. We knew what Curtis could do. We knew what our staff could do. But one of the things they wanted to see is community support. And that was one of the things when David Stewart and the great folks at Worldwide Technology stepped up and became the title sponsor of the venue and started working with us on a lot of important initiatives, such as the diversity initiative and STEM initiatives. That caught the attention of NASCAR. And that has helped tremendously in what we were trying to do. And then through Dave's connections and Curtis's connections, having great people like Enterprise and Centene, Bomarito Automotive Group, MyTech, there's just so many big companies, Edward Jones, that you don't normally associate with NASCAR racing. They're all over the place out here, and they're going to have an active role. First Form is a new company to our racetrack that's involved. It's a big St. Louis company. So seeing that community support, that really sent a big message to NASCAR that there's a lot of people in this town that really care about the sport and want to see it here. And that's been one of the biggest things that helped us in landing this event. And
Bomarito is actually going to have a car in this race Sunday, correct?
Oh, yeah, and they got probably one of the most identifiable cars you'll ever see. They're on the 43 car of Richard Petty Motorsports. Eric Jones is going to be the driver. And it's a great-looking race car, too. They took the Bomarito black and red, and they combined it with the legendary Petty blue for that 43. And it's just a gorgeous race car. So we're going to be kicking off festivities by unveiling that car on Friday as part of Richard Petty Appreciation Day. And Richard is going to make some ceremonial laps around the track in a replica of his 1981 car that he won Daytona with, which is actually owned by David Stewart here in town. So David actually had a car in his collection that we're bringing out. So that's just some of the cool pieces of this and connecting it all together. And and I don't know if a lot of people know this or not, but Richard has been very, very influential in bringing NASCAR to St. Louis. He was here for the Blues game during the Stanley Cup run a few years ago and met with a lot of people, and he's been a great ambassador for NASCAR to St. Louis. And then he goes back to NASCAR and tells them about all the great people and the great business leaders he met here. So Richard was very, very important in helping us get this race. So it's only fitting that we honor the king on our first day of racing for this historic weekend.
So wait a minute, let me clarify this. David Stewart owns Richard Petty's car that he won the Daytona 500 with from 1981?
Yes, he does.
Oh, yes, my gosh. Wow. That is awesome. Yeah.
And, and one of the great things, too, is Richard had said, he said, in the past, he said, the NASCAR fans from the St. Louis area had to go to NASCAR. Now NASCAR is coming to the fans. And Ken Schrader is loaning me some of his cars to have on display. Kenny Wallace, Rusty Wallace, all these legends from NASCAR from our area are really pitching in to make this show a great weekend. So we're going to have a whole lot of love from some legends in the sport that came from right here in town.
You are the best. Oh, give us a favor. Give us one guy to keep an eye on if somebody wanted to make a milkshake bet on who's going to win the Enjoy Illinois 300. Give us one name.
Christopher Bell. The reason why is Christopher won here in the NASCAR Truck Series. He's been consistent lately, top 5 finisher. He's coming on strong. He's a Joe Gibbs car, and Christopher has a lot of experience in this area, and he wants to win in front of this crowd because St. Louis has always been important to him. And he won his first World of Outlaws race in this town. He won his first Asphalt Truck Series race in this town. He's got something to prove, so I'd put my money on Christopher Bell.
Good stuff. Chris, we'll see you out there all week. Thank you so much, sir.
All right, thank you.
All right, Chris Blair, General Manager, Worldwide Technology Raceway. I just can't wait to be there. Can you imagine Richard Petty taking a couple of laps around the track?
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Yeah, he's a personality. It'd be fun to meet him.
Yeah.
Just to talk to him for
the hat,
I can imagine
the glasses.
Stories. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That is, can you imagine having that in your garage?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
1981 Daytona 500 winning car. That is awesome.